Ever wonder how thousands of tons of steel defy gravity every single day? It's a question that feels almost like a magic trick. You're sitting in a pressurized cabin, sipping a ginger ale, while beneath your feet, two massive engines are screaming at full thrust, and a set of wings is slicing through thin air at hundreds of miles per hour. It shouldn't work. By every law of physics we experience on the ground, that plane should be a plummeting monument to heavy metal. And yet, it stays up. It glides. It soars. We've become so used to the sight of contrails streaking across a blue sky that we treat flight as a mundane commute. But if you really stop to look at it, to really grasp the violent, beautiful physics required to keep a Boeing 747 from falling out of the sky, it feels less like transportation and more like a miracle of engineering. We aren't just moving through the air, we are fighting it and winning. To understand that win, you have to see the battlefield. Imagine an invisible tug-of-war happening all around a plane, a constant, four-sided struggle between opposing forces. First, there's weight, the relentless downward pull of gravity trying to drag that heavy metal frame straight to the ground. To counter that, we need lift, that upward surge generated by the wings. But planes don't just hover, they move. To get from point A to point B, we need thrust, that aggressive forward shove provided by the engines. And, of course, there's drag, the stubborn resistance of the air trying to slow us down. It's a delicate, high-stakes balancing act. If thrust doesn't beat drag, you stall. If lift doesn't beat weight, you fall. It isn't a static state, it's a dynamic, frantic equilibrium. The pilot, or the flight computer, is essentially managing a constant four-way skirmish, constantly adjusting, constantly fighting, ensuring that for every pound of gravity pulling down, there is exactly enough lift to keep the dream alive. But lift isn't just a brute force shove from underneath. It's actually a sophisticated game of pressure, a delicate tug-of-war happening in the very air around us. This is where we meet Daniel Bernoulli. He realized that as a fluid, like air, speeds up, its internal pressure actually drops. Think of it like a crowd of people running through a hallway. When they're sprinting, they aren't bumping into the walls as much as when they're shuffling along slowly. Now apply that to a wing. An airplane wing isn't just a flat slab. It's curved on top, designed to force the air traveling over it to move faster than the air underneath. Because that top layer of air is racing, it creates a pocket of low pressure, a literal vacuum of sorts above the wing. Meanwhile, the air underneath stays slower and, therefore, higher in pressure. The wing isn't just being pushed up, it's being sucked upward. It's an invisible, constant inhalation of the sky itself. But here's where things get really trippy. For a long time, we taught this like it was a simple two-sided equation. Pressure on the bottom, suction on the top, as if the air was just a cushion we were sitting on. But if you want the full truth, you have to look at the physics of how that air actually moves. Enter Isaac Newton. Now, Newton isn't